What happens when all the old barriers disappear and someone truly steps up to prioritize you in love, in a truly committed relationship? For many people, the anxiety of being fully chosen is overwhelming. So this isn't about somebody who's afraid to give up their independence to be in a relationship. This is about how this level of commitment threatens the part of our identity that's built on surviving struggle. It raises the stakes of intimacy because we're used to more being disappointed in love. When we have so much to lose, what about the pain then if it ends? And so that belief that relationships can only work if there's a lot of struggle, you always then have to fight with yourself to allow yourself to be prioritized. It's a feeling you almost can't understand or even name, but it's there. So we'll work on that today. You can see down in the description box if you want to see some science on how this works to rewrite negative beliefs and patterns like that. And for today, when you think of a partner completely prioritizing you above everybody else, where are you at on a 1 to 10 scale? And we'll check back in after to see where that's at. And if you get overwhelmed, don't worry. Just keep tapping and breathing. Totally normal. Let any memory or sensation or emotion that's come up process through. And get back to tapping after me or repeating after me when you can. So that's all you have to do is tap with and repeat after me. Even though I have this deep anxiety about what it means to be chosen in love, I deeply and completely accept and love myself. Even though I'm afraid that if I'm fully prioritized in a relationship, then the fall will hurt too much. I still choose to be gentle and safe and prioritize myself. Even though a big part of me is attached to my story of struggle and survival, especially when it comes to love, I choose to let that identity evolve now. Even though I don't know who I would be without relationship drama, I choose to open to a new, peaceful way of doing relationships and love. I'm afraid of being fully seen and fully chosen in a relationship. If I'm prioritized in love, there is so much more to lose. I feel anxious about having to show up as my true self all the time. Maybe it's the pressure of having to be the perfect partner once I'm chosen. I don't expect my partner to be perfect. Logically, I wouldn't expect them to think that of me either. It's safe and okay to let that go now. I'm not sure if I'm ready to lose my story of being the strong survivor of heartbreak. It seems easier, at least I know how that story ends. But what if I enjoy being chosen? What if I enjoy being prioritized like I prioritize my partner? But what if they choose me and then change their mind? I feel like that shock would be too much. But what if they don't change their mind? Maybe it's safe to give that a chance now. I think love is worth that chance. I'm worth that chance. I honor this fear of having to show up without all this emotional armor. I acknowledge that I'm a little attached to my story of relationship struggles. But I also allow myself to be fully seen and loved now. It's okay, it's safe. It's safe to be chosen and prioritized. I am worthy of a love like that. I am absolutely worthy of that kind of joy and peace and stability. I'm worthy of love. I'm letting go of any need to earn love through hardship. I'm no longer letting the fear of loss hold me back. I know I can make it through. I step into a new identity of someone who is easily chosen. It is safe to be a priority in someone else's life. I allow myself to receive consistent, easy affection. I'm worthy of a love that shows up for me every single day. I embrace the joy of being fully prioritized in love. My value is inherent, and it does not depend on whether or not I struggle. The idea of being fully chosen made me nervous, but I dropped that now. Any old struggle identity in relationships, I dropped that too. I trust I can handle good, consistent love with ease. I choose who I choose, and I choose to be chosen. Take a deep breath. Notice any shift in that 1 to 10 scale, any anxiety around the thought of being fully chosen, fully loved. See how that feels now. This is a powerful self-help to work on. Letting your protective, survival self know that it's okay to relax, and making sure that all parts of you know it's safe for you to be seen, it's safe for you to be chosen, it's safe for you to be prioritized. That's what love is. And then it's also safe to let go, any part of your identity that's built on struggle, whether it was issues with your parents in love or past relationships, and knowing that strong, healthy relationship patterns are your right, and that you are ready for a love that meets you where you are. And doing this kind of work definitely helps with that. So tapping can take a few sessions as it rewires those neural pathways to get you to a 0. So give it another go today if you can, or once or twice a day. And if you get stuck at 1 or 2, look around the channel to see if I have a video on those other emotions or memories or beliefs that may be coming up. And sometimes knocking those out, then you come back to this and you realize it is at a 0, or then it's easier to really focus in on any other sensation that's still kind of stuck in your body or memory or phrase that's coming up. And now that you've worked on the other, emotions or beliefs or memories, then when you come back to this and really hyper focus in on that emotion or feeling, that memory, then it's easier to knock it down to a 0. And then you give love a real chance. And sometimes, sure, it still may not work out, but that's okay, because now you know that you have this. you enjoyed, the relationship, you would have, learned from it, whether it's things that, patterns that you still need to work on, or you realize I didn't do anything. The only pattern is that I chose somebody still that has those same patterns I used to interact with. And again, it's just still learning, but hopefully there were good times to carry forward, good times to focus on, love to focus on. You can come back to this much easier knowing that it's worked, and get yourself down to a 0 again and go out there and try again. Or same thing, it may not be a breakup, unfortunately we are, even if we partner up for life, we're going to at some point go through the grief of losing a partner through death. And, it's that being able still to bring even that grief down, to a 0, and not feeling like you had anything to do with it, or it's some kind of, because I deserve this, or because I, any of that kind of thing, is always to come back. It may not be, this video wouldn't really apply to that. Well, yeah, it shouldn't. I mean, it could possibly, but we won't get into that. But it's more than knowing that tapping has worked on this, than going and finding the tapping that can help you through the grief, the pain of loss, and then either the acceptance of, I'm not really interested in trying to date again, which may be for the rest of your life, or, just that's what gets you through and you're okay with that belief until you are ready, or to say, I really do want to move on, but I still feel guilty about it. And that kind of guilt could be anything. It could be because a partner passed away. It could also be because you got divorced, and it's the guilt that you just have in general for it, that your family has put on you because of it, or a religion has put on you, and it's making it difficult for you to believe, who's going to want me now, or any of that silliness. That is not the case because of divorce. So it's not silliness, it's valid that you're feeling it, but we know once we're on the other side of it, like, oh my God, that was so silly. Or we know that it's silly because we wouldn't tell our friends that. We would say to them, there's nothing wrong with you, you're not broken, or whatever, tainted goods or whatever because you're divorced. The way we wouldn't say any of that, but we'll sometimes put that on ourselves. So when you get used to tapping and get yourself to a 0, then you can come back or find videos that do help for that. So take care of yourself. If you can click like or leave me a comment, it does help me grow as a channel, and I greatly appreciate that. Of course, subscribe to get notified of new videos when they come out. And I think that's it. I hope you have a great day, and that you really dig into this one so that you allow yourself a good, stable, consistent love. It can be stable and predictable, and that doesn't mean that life has to be stable and predictable. It's just that whatever chaos you choose to go and craziness you choose to do in life, this love is here, and it's stable and kind and good for you, which you deserve. So take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.